everybody, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Space City Yarn podcast, knitting podcast. It's turning into a bit of an everything podcast. Today I've got a lot to talk about. Not a lot of knitting happened this week, so there won't be a whole lot of knitting and yarn talk, but I've got some other things I wanted to share with you guys. If you're returning viewer, welcome back. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to what I have to say and to view my podcast and share my interests and adventures with me. If you're new, my name is Jana and this is Space City Yarns, and along with my friend and partner Jane, we are Space City Yarn. I plan to have Jane on the podcast next time. Maybe not this next time, but the time after. We're trying to figure out a good time to do it so that she's not really my imaginary friend so much as a reality in the realm of Space City Yarn. She's a big part of what we are doing, and I wanted to introduce her to you guys. I've done so on the Instagram page. You can find me on Instagram at Space City Yarn. We are also on Ravelry now under Space City Yarn. That's announcement number 1 I have to make. By the time you see this, it will be Sunday. We will have had our first meetup at St. Arnold Brewery. God willing, the weather stays okay. I checked the forecast and it's not supposed to be raining at that time of day, and it's supposed to be about 60 degrees. So the hope is that it's good enough for people to show up and enjoy some time together without freezing our butts off. Because let's be honest, today in Houston is cold. It's freezing. I am freezing right now and I'm inside. I'm wearing a very warm sweater. I'm wearing a cowl. I'm wearing wool socks. I wish I had some gloves that were complete that I could wear because my fingers are cold. That's why I have a warm cup of coffee. I forget to drink my coffee when I'm talking. I do that when I'm out with friends and people too. I get to talking and I'll have food or coffee or something in front of me that I should be enjoying, that I should be eating or drinking, but I don't because I'm so busy talking that I have to be reminded to drink or eat. So if I seem like I'm drinking a lot more, it's because I want to finish and enjoy my hot Starbucks that I got. This is a what did I order? I ordered a grande sugar cookie almond milk latte, but I subbed oat milk for the almond milk because I don't care for almond milk. So I'm having oat milk in my sugar cookie latte. It's delicious. Not as good as the caramel brulee or the gingerbread, but I try to mix it up a little bit during the season so that I'm not just drinking the same thing every single day. But so hopefully, I don't even remember what I was talking about. It's cold. That's what I should say. That's why I'm holding this. It's cold. It will be cold tomorrow, but hopefully not as cold as today. That's what the forecast says. So we'll be meeting up. But at our meetup that we're having, our very first, we are selling candy cane ornament kits for $5, just to do a little fun activity together. Jane and I have been preparing these kits. We will be selling them for $5 plus sales tax. And included in the kit is the yarn to make the candy cane ornament. There are some other bits and odds that go with it. The only thing we aren't including in there is the needles or hooks to make them. We have a knit version and a crochet version, and a darning needle. But I'll have extra darning needles and some extra DPNs and stuff at the meetup in case people need them. But it also includes a copy of our pattern for the candy cane ornament. Jane wrote this pattern. She worked pretty hard on it, and I translated it into a digital version, a PDF. And now, by the time you see this, it will be live on Ravelry. We're selling the candy cane ornament pattern, the knit version, on Ravelry. So if you go to my link tree, or if you just go to Ravelry and search Space City Yarn, you'll find our store. You can purchase the candy cane ornament PDF from us. And if you're not local and you didn't make it to the meetup, you can knit a candy cane ornament also. We are excited about this meetup. We've had a lot of interest. We've had a lot of people express their excitement and their excitement in finding a group and having been looking for one, and not having found what they're looking for. And so hopefully we are what they're looking for, and we can get a pretty great group of fiber artists together in a little community that can meet up regularly. This is our first and last meeting of 2024. We're working on a schedule for 2025 so that we can meet regularly with everyone and enjoy our time together and get to know everyone. Not just meetups, but we're working on some workshops and some classes and that kind of thing, activities. But we want to include those viewers and followers we have online who are not local. So I am also working on setting up a regular virtual knit meetup so that our not local friends can enjoy our community as well. There are a lot of you out there who've begun following me who are not local to Houston, and I want to get to know you guys too. I want to hear from you. I want to enjoy spending time with you guys, enjoying our craft and share that creativity with you. So look forward to that. But at any rate, so those are our pretty big announcements. The schedule for 2025 will probably go up around the 1st of January in the new year, so that we can start fresh with that. I will work on the schedule for the virtual knit meetups, and that schedule will go up around the same time. I don't think we'll have any meetups before the 1st of January, just because Christmas is happening really soon. Everybody's super busy, with the holiday, getting ready for the holiday. We may, I don't know, we'll see. We've all got stuff going on. We'll see what people think and want. If you do want to have a meetup, whether in person or virtual, before Christmas and New Year's, between now and New Year's, let me know. And I'd be happy to work something out. Definitely inside next time. We shall be meeting in a place. St. Arnold's Brewery is covered. There's a covered area, but it is open to the elements a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. It's just, we wanted a big space just in case a lot of people showed up, which, if the RSVP list is anything to go by, we will be a rather large group, very large group that I don't even know if St. Arnold's can accommodate. But let's say 10% show up, will still be a good amount of people. So let me know if you want to meet up virtually or in person before the end of the year, and we'll see. So I Jane and I have been working on a few things, and we feel really passionate about our community and the fiber arts community here in Houston specifically. Not that we don't care about it anywhere else, but our community here in Houston has been largely underserved, and not the whole community, but a large demographic of our community has felt very underserved and very not, we haven't found our tribes yet. There are a lot of us out there who love knitting, who want to find a community, who want to find like-minded people, and just haven't found that yet. And Jane and I want to fix that, remedy that, and kind of make space for a new generation of fiber crafters and fiber artists. Not to say that a generation doesn't have anything to do with age. It's more of a mindset. Like anything, it can be a little controversial when you start talking about the politics of a community and knitting and things like that. But in the end, we are trying to provide a space where people can feel included, a space that's diverse, a space that's warm, a space that's kind, a space that is not political, a space that's flexible, where everyone can feel welcome, no matter what. And that's the goal, and that's what we've started out to do and what we will continue to do. In the last week or so, I have talked to more people through Instagram, in person, who are of a similar mindset and who want similar things. It's been very encouraging. And it's made me feel really hopeful for the future of our community here in Houston. We don't have a lot of, I have a lot of resources, but they're very centralized. And outside of what I've been introduced to, or the knitting circle that I've been a part of, you don't hear much else about Houston's opportunities for fiber activities and knitting, and it's hard to meet people, and we want to create a space where there's diversity, there is a plethora of information available to the crafters, the fiber artists of our community. And so with that in mind, I also decided to add a little portion to every podcast, and I will do a post on Instagram weekly, kind of spotlighting and highlighting local fiber artists and activities that are happening in the city, in Houston. Of course, for our non-local friends, these fiber artists, these people will be on Instagram. You'll be able to visit their websites and interact with them from outside of Houston. But if you're in Houston, I really want to enrich everyone's, fiber world, and so I'll start adding that in. I thought I'd give it a little, it's already happened, so this isn't an upcoming thing, but for an example of the kind of things that are happening, Silver Street Studios, I didn't know about Silver Street Studios before this past week, and I'm kind of amazed and kind of just, my mind is a little blown that, and Jane said the same thing, it's a little mind-blowing that Silver Street Studios exists, and I had no idea it existed. And I wonder how many other people don't know it exists. And and aren't benefiting from the beautifulness and the creativity, the inspiration that you find there. We were invited, Jane and I were invited to the 10th anniversary of Silver Street Studios by Terri, who is Fiber Arts Houston on Instagram. She's amazing. She is an embroiderer, an embroiderist. She does embroidery, and not just some flowers, you know, on a canvas cloth. It's art. She produces the most gorgeous embroidery. I was so excited to see her work in her studio at Silver Street Studios. So Silver Street Studios is a very large complex on the kind of north-ish side of downtown, just right on the edge of downtown, off Silver Street. And it is full of studios, small studios of artists, local artists. And for the anniversary, they opened up all the studios. They had drinks and, hors d'oeuvres and mingling. You got to see all of the artists, speak to all the artists and see their work, and just enjoy soaking up all of the creativity. It was gorgeous. I had a really great time. I saw a lot of beautiful art, a lot of thought-provoking art, a lot of really great stuff, and I bought a few pieces of art. You can see one. It's right there. I bought that from an artist. I will post some close-up pictures on Instagram and tag the artist. I also I haven't framed this one yet, but I plan to. It's by Sara Luna. She does some really beautiful work as well. She had some little prints for sale that so I purchased one. I also she had some stickers made of some of her artwork. She does these really beautiful pieces that are like popsicles, but interesting popsicles. She had some gorgeous, gorgeous pieces available in her studio to look at, to purchase. I will tag her as well in the show notes so that you can take a look at her Instagram. But I'm going to frame this print and put it on my wall so that I can enjoy it. It'll go on my art wall here somewhere. So we got to view a bunch of artists. We also met Terri for the first time in person. She's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. Very talented, very of a mind with Jane and I felt like it was so nice to speak with somebody who sometimes you don't think that there's anybody else out there who feels the same way you do about something, and then when you meet that person, it's exciting. So we met Terri, and we also met Kati of Scout and Skein, which is an online yarn shop based out of Bel Air. Kati's an amazing, beautiful person as well. And we had a very wonderful conversation. It was so great meeting them, and I believe they're gonna try and come to the meetup tomorrow, which will be fun to sit and create with those two wonderful ladies. This is Kati's. Her name is Kati Hoffman, and this is her the name of her local yarn shop business. Her website address is scoutandskein.com. She doesn't have a brick and mortar as of yet. She does pop-ups, and I believe she does, like if you schedule a time to come, she has offices a little space that's not open to the public, but I think I remember seeing that she accepts appointments to come in and view product. So we met wonderful people. Terri is planning to offer embroidery lessons, embroidery classes in the months ahead, in the beginning of the year. She's also looking at offering knitting classes specifically for lace knitting. She knits beautiful lace and loves it very much, and she really wants to be able to share the joy of knitting lace. Not a lot of people knit lace. Not a lot of people feel comfortable knitting lace. So she's interested in sharing that joy. And so once she has a schedule up, I will share that with you guys, so that if you're interested in embroidery lessons or knitting lace or whatever she happens to decide to offer, you can take part in that. I believe she does do some beginner knitting classes for a studio that's in the Ironworks. So you could, it's So Great by Neri. It's in the Ironworks. I will tag that in the description as well, so that you can go on and check out if there's any openings for a knitting class there as well. But since the Silver Street anniversary party already happened, there's no going to that. So announcing it doesn't help any of you guys. But things like that, any gatherings, events, anything that has to do with fiber arts and knitting or crocheting, I'm gonna endeavor to keep you guys updated and in the know. I think it's important that we all get involved in our community that way, and so that we feel a part of something. But I did want to mention also, I don't have any finished up. I do have a half FO. I posted it on my Instagram. It is my half of my mitts that I'm doing. I finished the first one and I love it. It's beautiful. And I cast on the second one. I haven't even gotten to the color work of it yet, so we'll see. It's it only took me 2.5 days to do this. I just didn't have a lot of time for knitting this week, so I didn't get a lot done. But hopefully in the next week or so, I'll have more time to knit. I'm going to try and commit to doing that. I thought maybe I would commit to doing like a live where we just sit and knit together. Maybe the virtual knit night every week. If I do that, that'll take care of making me knit, making me devote some time to knitting. But I did this. I started the other one. I also started, and I don't have, I don't know where they went. Oh, here they are. So Jane got a book. I saw it in Hill Country Weavers last weekend, but Jane also ordered it online. I didn't realize she had. Sorry, something moved and I thought it was a bug. It scared my heart, just jumped out of my chest because I thought it was a bug. Unnecessarily afraid of bugs, I am. But Jane ordered this book. It's the How to Knit Victorian Housecats book. I honestly can't remember the entire name. Don't remember the author, the pattern designer, but it's a bunch of cats that are just super, super cute and patterns to knit them. And so I am going to knit the cat in there called the porch cat. And it's a little cat with its front paw, that little thing where they stretch their arms, front legs out, and they stick their butts up in the air and their tails up and they're just stretch. that's the position that this porch cat is in. And so I've started it. And here are my cute, with tails still, my cute little front legs. Look how cute. These are the legs right here, the paws. And then this part is kind of like part of the shoulders / body. So it'll, like, you knit both legs on a provisional cast on, and then I'm sure you pick up stitches to start the body. But there's my little cat legs. Do, 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 do. So cute. I'm just using this Hobby Lobby yarn, the I Love This Wool Hobby Lobby brand. It is 100% wool. It's rustic. I wanted something a little rustic. The pattern in the book, she used Woolfolk Luft. I don't remember what exactly she used, but it was like a worstedy kind of weight almost. And so I figured I'm not too concerned about the size of my cat and making it exactly like the one she has, as long as it visually looks like a cat and looks similar to it. I don't care about the gauge as much. And so but I did want like a rusticy kind of feeling wool yarn. And so this I really think fits the bill. I thought about doing black, but for this one, this brown seemed so nice for the cat. And so I'm gonna do that. It's been fun. I mean, these legs knit up in no time. I'm pretty sure that the rest of it will be fast as well, right? I knit on that, I knit this, I knit my little cat legs. I'm working on that. I also I had started my Librarian cardigan, and I was correct when I said last week that you start out knitting flat back and forth, the ribbing, it's bottom up, and then you connect it and you start knitting in the round with steeking stitches separating the body, like, so you'll steek it and then add the button band later. So I've connected and I've started knitting in the round, following a chart pattern. Now, I am not the best at following charts all the time. I'm not comfortable with it. I like when there's an option for the chart written out. I prefer, if there is a written out version of a chart, I follow the written out version. I don't follow the chart. This pattern does not have that available, so I'm being forced to follow the chart, and hopeful that I'm following it correctly. I'm gonna have to do a little Googling because there's some things in the chart that I don't quite understand. One thing, guys, that I will tell you, I will never, ever, ever claim to be an expert knitter or to know everything. There is a lot I've not done. There's a lot I've never tried. There's a lot I don't know. But I'm learning and I'm trying new things. That's one thing I want to do in 2025. I want to try new things. Try new things, like knitting with DPNs. I did it once a long, long time ago and then was like, never again, ever. It's the worst. And it's not so bad now. I knit my mitt on DPNs. I knit these cat legs on DPNs and they turned out great. So maybe they're not so bad, right? I'm trying a pattern with steeking for the first time, which is exciting and a little scary, but exciting. I feel like this cardigan is going to be an exciting adventure for me outside my comfort zone. I'm a little scared and I'm a little worried. I don't know. I'm going to knit This is why I should swatch, right? You guys are going to be sitting there telling me this. This is why you should swatch, Jana, because the ribbing was done on size 7 needles, and the body is knit on size 9 needles. And I'm very concerned that I will not like the fabric that it is creating with this yarn. But I've come so far now, right? And it would be a shame to knit a little bit more of the body and see how the chart's working up and decide that I don't like the fabric that's being created by the 9s, which is what a swatch is for. A swatch to help you determine if you're getting engaged and if you even like the fabric that's being created by the needles you're using. So I think from now on, another goal for 2025 is to swatch, to take the time to swatch and make sure that it's what I want before I start, so that I don't get halfway through and then feel really discouraged by all the hard work I put in to get something that's not the result I want. And I'm not even done with my project. So, in cleaning up all of my Ziploc bag projects that I have in my closet and going through them, I discovered that there were a lot of projects that I started, a lot of whips that I started thinking it would be really great fun, and the pattern could still be something that I really enjoy making, but I wasn't enjoying the yarn in the way it was knitting up, the fabric that was being generated by the combination of yarn and needles I was using, or just maybe it was the wrong yarn for the pattern. And so that's something that I really want to work towards doing better in 2025, is swatching and making sure that I'm aware of what's going to be produced on my needles before I put in all the hard work and effort of, starting the knit, the project. But I've been working on this Librarian cardigan. I really am enjoying the yarn though. I'm excited about it. I like the way it looks in general. It's the Kelborn Woolens. It is the Kelborn Woolens Lucky Tweed. It's 100% merino wool, 210 yards for 100 grams, and the colorway is Raisin. And it's beautiful, and I'm excited to wear it once it's done. As long as the fabric is the way I want it, we shall see. So I started that. I bought a lot of crazy random yarn this week at Hobby Lobby. I've been to Hobby Lobby 3 times this week. Bought a lot of yarn. I bought yarn for the cat. I bought yarn for some pillow covers that I'm gonna knit, some very, very chunky yarn that's very fun. And maybe because I wanted new pillows for my couch. You can see my little random pillows that I have, but I wanted some colorful handmade pillows covers for my couch. I bought some yarn. So the winner of our giveaway, Helen Knits Love on Instagram, I shipped her package this week. It's on its way to her. Hopefully she makes something she loves from the yarn and enjoys the stitch markers I sent. But she posted on her Instagram a couple of finished objects that she did some tweaks on, and one of them was it's called the Freeze Warning. It's like a little poncho, like cowl type situation. It's super cute. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, Freeze Warning, and it's made out of bulky weight yarn. And it's been a very long time since I've knit with bulky, and so I don't have any, and so I wanted to knit it, And so I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get yarn to knit it. So I got two options, two colors. In the pattern, it says that you need 3 colors because it does a little block of color, 3 blocks of color. You knit 1 color, and then you change and you knit a stripe the other color, and then you knit a section of the 3rd color. I think I got 2 colors. I got kind of main color, and then a second color that's going to be, I'm going to do kind of a like the topish portion, like the collar and the folded collar and a little bit of the shoulder area in this, and the bottom ribbing in that color, and then the middle part will be the other color. I'll show you next time when I've got it knit up or started. So I did that. I bought so much stuff at Hobby Lobby that I should not have bought, but you know, it's Hobby Lobby. What are you gonna do? And that's, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this week. I'm gotta go and prepare for the meetup tomorrow. I've got to get some ideas for the schedule for 2025 meetups down and work on the schedule for the virtual knit nights and how that's going to work out. We've got our pattern on Ravelry. I'm working on a couple of patterns now. They're not ready yet, but they will be coming. We're trying to provide some beginner-friendly knit and crochet patterns that we're going to offer on Ravelry as just patterns, and then we'll also have kits available for people to purchase as well. We've got some big announcements happening the first of the year that we're excited about, and you know, just really it's been a really busy few weeks, but it's been fun and I've enjoyed it, and I've really enjoyed speaking with everyone on Instagram, communicating and hearing from you guys. It's filled a need in me that I didn't realize was kind of empty, in that I don't have, I mean, I have my knitting group, Jane and Erin and Carrie. However, I want to know what else is out there. I want to talk to people and hear from people and be inspired. I think if you don't broaden your horizons past your small patch of the world, you stop growing. And I've already met so many wonderful, interesting, talented, and creative people and felt inspired. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys. And so I want to keep hearing from you. If you have anything you think about or want to know about, let me know. I did have a few requests, and I'm gonna do my best to accommodate them as I can. One of them being the local happenings here in Houston, and so I heard you, and I am working on it, and we'll make it happen. But until next time, I really enjoyed this time with you guys, and we'll talk to you next week. Stay warm, stay safe, and happy knitting.